love each other. I mean, we hang out with each other. We go to dinner together. Our family is one big, beautiful family. We're doing Thanksgiving. We're doing the holidays. We'll do a birthday celebration together. It is a beautiful partnership. I'm very, very proud.
The internet doesn't even realize it's watching a full circle moment at first. It starts subtle. A like here, a repost there, a quote that feels just vague enough to pass as inspiration, until people remember who is doing the liking. And suddenly, the timeline shifts. Because Mashonda isn't just anybody in this story. She's not a random ex. She's the woman who lived this chapter before anyone else wanted to admit what it was.
Like, people are forgetting when she moved into Swizz and them's house to work on the music with him, he was still married to his wife, living in that same house.
And now, as whispers swirl that Swizz Beatz has been out here flaunting a new woman, possibly even welcoming a baby with her, Mashonda's online energy has people raising eyebrows. Meanwhile, Alicia Keys is nowhere to be found in the conversation. No statements, no denials, no carefully worded captions, just silence. And that silence is loud.
Each of you, one word to describe your blended family.
Flo, my inspiration.
Victorious.
Yeah.
Just like Swizz is a real Diddy do-wabba. Like, I'm not understanding.
They had a whole interview all together, the wife or the Alicia, the ex.
Just like Sherry Zambino.
The timing alone feels cruel. Just weeks earlier, Alicia and Swizz are online celebrating 15 years together, posting glossy anniversary tributes about magic, bliss, love, and family. Smiling photos, perfect lighting, carefully chosen words, the kind of posts that scream solid, the kind meant to shut down rumors before they even start. Except the streets were already talking. Behind the anniversary captions, blogs were whispering that Swizz had been moving reckless again. Not a random fling, not a one-night mistake. A woman he's allegedly been involved with for years. Someone comfortable enough to exist in his life quietly until things got messy.
So I don't have a problem with you, Lala, and your husband.
Oh.
Whoa. Okay, all right, so wait, backstory.
Okay.
Because I held this in for an entire year, right? So when we first launched the reunion show, somebody that claims to be working in Swizz's camp reached out to me in what I now know is a DM via direct messenger, right? Saying, I work for Swizz and I need you to know that him and Lala have been having an affair. They are madly in love with each other, but he has already told Lala and continues to tell her, calm down, I'm not leaving my wife.
Both of them are married. Both of them are in high-profile, controversial relationships. Swizz is married to Alicia Keys. Y'all keep saying Alicia Keys stole that man. You can't steal nothing, okay? That don't belong to you. I just want to put that out there, okay? Carmelo has been embarrassing Lala before her body and after her body, okay?
And once a baby enters the picture, everything changes. Because that's not gossip anymore. That's permanence. And this is where Mashonda comes back into frame. People start noticing her activity right after the baby talk hits the blogs. Shady quotes about karma, posts about truth having a way of resurfacing, likes on comments dragging the perfect marriage narrative. Nothing direct, nothing explicit, but nothing accidental either. It reads like someone who's seen this movie before and knows exactly how it ends.
If you don't believe me, go on his page on IG. He always starts leaving comments in the morning and she be the first one to respond. But she don't just leave one response. She keeps it going and going and going to the point where he says, you gotta chill because it's starting to look obvious to my wife. So I said, who are you and why are you giving this information to me? God, I love you. Thank you so much. I'm blessed.
Swizz Beatz, former big-time producer, married to Alicia Keys, has recently been accused of having an affair with Lala. Now, who knows? The key word here is accused, and he did the right thing. He jumped right in front of it, got on Instagram like, hell no, ain't nothing going on with me and Lala. Lala did the right thing too. Kept her mouth shut, didn't say a word. But if this is truth on any level, 3 things can be put together from here that are teachable moments for y'all. Hear me out when I say these 3 things. Number 1 is karma is undefeated. Number 2, a person who has nothing to lose will help you lose everything. And number 3, hurt people.
For longtime followers, the irony is impossible to miss. Years ago, Mashonda was the one being painted as bitter, emotional, unable to let go. When she publicly accused Alicia of being involved with Swizz before their marriage was finalized, People dragged her for it, said she was messy, said she should have kept it private, said Alicia was love and light and Mashonda needed to heal. Fast forward to now, and that same love and light image is under pressure. Because if the rumors are true, if Swizz really has been juggling a side relationship for years, then the narrative cracks wide open. Suddenly, those old accusations don't feel as outrageous as they once did. Suddenly, Mashonda doesn't look like the villain of the story. She looks like the woman who warned everyone and got ignored. And she knows it. That's why people are calling this her quiet victory lap. Not loud, not disrespectful, just subtle enough to sting. Because Mashonda doesn't need to say Alicia's name. The internet is doing that for her. Every shady like becomes a wink. Every cryptic post becomes a reminder. And let's be honest, this isn't Swizz's first time being accused of stepping out. His reputation for moving freely has followed him for years, through marriages, relationships, and public love stories. Fans have clocked it. Bloggers have hinted at it. The rumors never fully died. They just went quiet when the branding got strong enough. But branding can't hide a baby. And now people are asking the uncomfortable question. Did Alicia know? Or did she find out the same way everyone else did? Through whispers, blog posts, and a reality she couldn't curate away. Her silence suggests something big is happening behind the scenes. Because when someone who's built a career on positivity goes quiet during chaos, it's rarely because everything's fine. It's usually because things are being handled privately and seriously. Meanwhile, Mashonda doesn't look surprised at all. She looks entertained. She looks vindicated. She looks like someone watching karma work on its own schedule. And if Swizz really let history repeat itself, then this isn't just a cheating scandal. It's a reminder that some cycles don't break. They just rotate. And the fallout? It's only getting started. Once that realization settles in, the tone around this whole situation changes fast. This isn't just another rumor floating through the blogs. It starts to feel like a pattern resurfacing at the worst possible time. And the more people sit with it, the harder it is to ignore how familiar all of this feels. Because Swizz's name didn't just get linked to cheating yesterday. For years, there have been whispers about how he moves. Stories that pop up, disappear, then pop back up again whenever things seem a little too perfect. People brushed them off before because the public image was strong. The music was powerful. The marriage looked unshakable. And Alicia sold the idea of growth, healing, and evolved love so well that fans wanted to believe it. But a side relationship that's lasted years, and a baby possibly coming from it, that hits different. Suddenly, those glossy anniversary posts don't look romantic anymore. They look strategic. People start rereading the captions with a side eye, wondering how someone can write about bliss and forever while allegedly living a completely separate reality on the side. The internet starts saying the quiet part out loud, that maybe those posts weren't celebration, they were damage control. And right in the middle of that realization is Mashonda. What makes her reaction hit harder is how restrained it is. She's not on live dragging anybody. She's not doing interviews. She's not spilling details. She's just letting the internet notice what she notices, letting people connect dots she's already connected years ago. And honestly, that's what makes it sting. Because Mashonda knows this playbook. She lived through being the wife who didn't know everything at once, the woman who found out pieces of the truth too late, the one who spoke up and got labeled bitter instead of believed. So now, watching Alicia stand in the same storm, whether she caused it or not, feels like poetic irony to a lot of people online. Fans start reposting Mashonda's old open letter again, the one where she accused Alicia of crossing boundaries while she was still married to Swizz. Back then, people dragged Mashonda for being messy. Now, that letter reads less like bitterness and more like foreshadowing. And that's where the clowning really comes in. Because Mashonda isn't laughing openly. She's letting the moment speak for itself. The quotes about karma, the energy around truth resurfacing, the timing of her activity lining up perfectly with the rumors gaining traction. It all feels intentional without being reckless. And the internet loves that kind of shade, the kind that doesn't have to shout to be heard. Meanwhile, Alicia stays silent. And that silence becomes its own headline. Some fans defend her fiercely, saying she's handling things privately, protecting her kids, refusing to give the mess oxygen. They say this is exactly how a grown woman moves when her world is shaking, quietly and with dignity. Others aren't as generous. They say the silence looks like avoidance, like someone who knows the narrative is slipping out of their control and doesn't know how to address it without reopening old wounds. Especially when people are dragging Mashonda's past pain back into the spotlight and calling this whole situation karma in real time. And then there's Swizz. Because while the women are being dissected online, he's the common denominator nobody can ignore. A man who's built a legacy on creativity and confidence, but whose personal life keeps circling back to the same accusations. Fans start asking why it's always the women who have to carry the emotional weight while he gets to move quietly through the chaos. That's what really flips the mood. This stops being about Alicia versus Mashonda. It becomes about patterns, about how history repeats itself when lessons don't stick, about how women get pitted against each other while the man at the center keeps his image mostly intact. And Mashonda sees that clearly, which is why her subtle reactions feel less petty and more pointed. Like she's saying, I told the truth once and got punished for it. Now the truth is showing itself without me saying a word. Whether Swizz actually fathered a child with this other woman or not, the damage to the image is already real. Because once people start questioning authenticity, everything else cracks. The love story, the branding, the idea that this relationship was somehow different from the last one. And if Alicia really is preparing to walk away quietly, that silence might be the loudest confirmation anyone needs. Because one thing is certain now, the fairy tale isn't as solid as it looked. And Mashonda, of all people, knows exactly how that story ends when the curtain finally drops. And the final act? It hasn't played out yet. By the time the story reaches this point, it's no longer just about rumors or shady online behavior. It's about how carefully constructed images collapse when reality starts pushing through the cracks. Because once people stop believing the fairy tale, every move afterward gets reinterpreted. Alicia's silence becomes the center of the storm. For years, she's built a public identity around peace, evolution, and emotional maturity. Love and light energy. Healing through music. The idea that her relationship with Swizz wasn't messy like the rest, that it was different, elevated, grown. That's why this moment hits harder than a typical cheating headline. It directly challenges the brand she's been selling for over a decade. Fans start asking if silence is really strength or strategy. Some believe she's handling things behind closed doors, protecting her children, speaking only to lawyers and trusted people. Others think she's stuck, caught between addressing the rumors and reopening old wounds she worked hard to move past. Because once she speaks, she doesn't just address the side chick rumors. She has to confront Mashonda's old accusations, the timeline questions, and the uncomfortable possibility that history really did repeat itself. And that's where Mashonda's quiet energy feels almost surgical. She doesn't have to drag Alicia directly. She doesn't have to revisit the past in detail. The internet already remembers. The old open letter, the hurt, the humiliation, the way she was framed as bitter while everyone else rushed to protect the new love story. Now, watching Alicia face whispers of infidelity from the same man, the irony is too loud to ignore. To a lot of people, this doesn't look like pettiness, it looks like vindication. Mashonda spent years being told to heal quietly, to co-parent with grace, to smile through it. And she did. She publicly embraced the blended family narrative, sat in interviews, spoke about forgiveness, played her role perfectly. So when the mask starts slipping on the other side, she doesn't need to say, I told you so. Her calm speaks for her. Meanwhile, Swizz's role becomes harder to defend, because no matter how people slice it, he's the common thread. The same patterns, the same whispers, the same fallout. Fans start saying the quiet part out loud, that the women keep getting blamed, compared, and dissected, while he stays just far enough removed to avoid the full heat. That realization flips the conversation. This isn't Alicia versus Mashonda. It's women reacting differently to the same man. One chose silence and spiritual branding. The other chose truth and took the backlash. And now, years later, the narrative is bending back on itself. What makes this moment feel so heavy is the possibility that nothing is resolved yet. If the baby rumors are true, this isn't something that fades with time. It becomes a permanent reminder, a living symbol of choices made in the shadows. And if Alicia really is preparing to walk away quietly, it would explain why she hasn't rushed to defend the marriage publicly. Because sometimes silence isn't peace. Sometimes it's preparation. At the same time, Mashonda's subtle reactions don't read like cruelty. They read like closure. Like someone who already grieved this story years ago and is now watching others catch up emotionally. She's not chasing attention. She's letting karma do the talking. And the internet? It's eating up every second of it. The comments are split. Some still defend Alicia fiercely. Others say this is proof that no relationship built on shaky beginnings ever truly escapes the past. And more people than ever are questioning why society keeps expecting women to absorb pain quietly while men move freely through the wreckage. One thing is clear. The perfect blended family image doesn't look so untouchable anymore. And once that illusion cracks, it rarely gets repaired the same way. So if you're rocking with this breakdown, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe, because this story is far from over.